campaign under the Arts and Science Revival was Breakthrough. These ads highlighted Cadillac's bold new designs. Breakthrough focused primarily on the brand's new portfolio of dramatically styled luxury cars. The V-Series models are a high-performance-based subcategory to Cadillac's Arts and Science design theme. Arts and Science was for the entire lineup, and the V-Series was only for the top-line athletic models. In 2003, Cadillac introduced its first model of the Arts and Science design, the CTS. It rode on GM's new, for that time, rear-wheel drive Sigma platform. The V-trim level would debut on the CTS the following model year. As of 2022, there are only 4 generations of V-Series cars. The first-gen cars came with high-performance V8 engines and aggressive bodywork. One thing I wish they also came with was something in writing that tells us what the V stands for. Some say velocity, others say victory. Not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but if you find something official, let me know. There are 4 generations of V-Series. The Gen 1 had the CTS, STS, and the XLR. Gen 2 was purely CTS models. Then Gen 3 was the CTS and the ATS. And Gen 4 had the CT6, CT5, CT4, and the Escalade. The CT5 and the CT4 also have black wing editions, which surpasses the traditional V-Series in premium luxury. Initially, though, the V-Series started with 3 models, 2 Sigma platform cars, the CTS and the STS, and the additional XLR coupe. Each of these cars could accelerate from 0 to 50 miles per hour in just under 5 seconds. The 2004 TTS-V was the first V-Series to hit the showroom, and would become the foundational building block for the Arts and Science and the V-Series Cadillacs. The TTS-V roared to life with a 400 horsepower LS engine and a 6-speed manual transmission. This car is constructed to hunt down the BMW M5 and Mercedes-Benz E5 AMG. The CTS-V was a performance car bargain, especially compared to its German competition. It ran at $51,500, while the AMG 55 and M5 could set you back over $78,000 back in 2004. The 2004 CTS-V used the top-of-the-line LS6 Corvette Z06 engine, a T56 6-speed manual transmission, and 373 gears for hard acceleration. The boardroom wanted the CTS to have 400 horsepower at the gate, but putting a working-man Chevy motor into a white-collar vehicle had an element of risk. The brass came to the conclusion that power is power, and if the car had the great seats and the pants feel, all the sins would be atoned for. Power is no good if you can't put it all to the ground, so GM engineers beefed up the Sigma platform car with front and rear stabilizer bars, low-leveling dampers and bushings, and tons of computer-aided chassis and performance tunes. The sprinting CTS-V could come to an assured stop using the 4-piston Brembo brakes and 14-inch disc rotors. The 3,800-pound 4-door sedan was a performance phenom. It could hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 4.6 seconds and a complete quarter-mile run in 13 seconds with 110 mile-an-hour trap speed. Your granddaddy's pimp car couldn't do that. The other 2 V-Series foundation cars, the XLR and STS, are outliers compared to what is now considered atypical for V-Series models. Instead of using a Chevrolet-based motor, they used Cadillac's house brand Northstar V8 and added a supercharger. The Supercharged 4.6-liter Northstar motor produced a healthy 440 horsepower in the XLR, and with magnetic ride control suspension, pushed the car to a snappy 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds. The Supercharged V8 made 469 horsepower in the STS-V. Let's take a deeper look at the XLR. It was the epitome of Cadillac's Arts and Science ethos. The razor-sharp lines, the hardtop convertible roof, even boasted 50 to 50 weight distribution, which is the perfect score. Weight distribution is balanced front to back, and its proper distribution enhances acceleration and deceleration, cornering, and ride comfort. A front-favoring weight distribution would be what the CTS-V had at the time. In 2004, it was rated at a 54.46. The little Cadillac had a curb weight of 3,647 pounds and didn't feel lethargic. The Camaro SS, which would re-debut the following year, would weigh 3,860 pounds. Like race car builders often quote the rule of thumb that every 100 pounds lost is about a tenth of a second, which is a half a car length. In all honesty, I'd personally think the Cadillac would challenge, but the odds favor the bow tie. Moving on. The other foundational V-Series model was the STS. Despite being 6 inches longer and 3 inches wider than the CTS, both the STS and CTS shared the Sigma platform. The STS appealed to the more traditional Cadillac fans who preferred a more full-size look compared to the stubby CTS. The larger STS used the supercharged Northstar V8 and made almost 470 horsepower. Of all the Gen 1 V-Series, it was the heaviest, so it needed might under the hood to still live up to the high-performance Cadillac was trying to ingrain. The first-generation V-Series cars were not perfect, but succeeded in bringing positive attention back to Cadillac. The XLR was considered overpriced, and the STS didn't maintain sales interest. The CTS was Cadillac's darling. It was radical, flashy, and like nothing Cadillac had produced before. It was in a league of its own and had lots of success. The second generation V would turn the CTS into Cadillac's haloed savior. Before the Gen 2 CTS V was commercially available, John Heinrichs piloted the four-door sedan into the record books. In May of 2008, Heinrichs drove a CTS V on street tires with an automatic transmission around Germany's world-famous Nuremberg track to a record-breaking 7 minutes 59.32-second lap time. The CTS V made history as the fastest V8 production sedan in the world. Heinrichs and Cadillac had accomplished quite a stunning feat. The heavy CTS V was a half-second slower around Nuremberg than the Porsche 911 Carrera S ran in 2004. In 2009, Horst van Sarma drove the 12-cylinder Aston Martin DBS and was slower than the CTS by over 40 seconds. Cadillac was a high-performance name to reckon with. This is Crown of the Rooster. I'm your host, Matt Hill. Thanks for watching.